What's good, y'all? I go by the name of the Bitcoin Fairy. I'm an artist, model, actress, graphic designer, web designer, event coordinator, and you'll find more about me. Just a couple of things, you know.
What's your favorite one? Which one do you lean towards?
I'm not gonna lie, I'm between being an artist and an actress. Those are my two favorite things right now.
And an actor. Where'd you get the actress from? Because I already know you for being a rapper. Where'd you get the actress from?
Well, I wanted to act since I was a kid, so I would watch all of my favorite movies. I grew up on Disney Channel. I watched a lot of like films and things like that to help me gain the confidence to want to do it when I'm older. Hoping one day to do something like an action, maybe be in one of the Black Panther movies or something. Yeah.
So you talk about your childhood. Bring us back to your childhood. How did it all start? How did you end up becoming Bitcoin Fairy? Take us back. Where are you from? Does it start from there?
Well, I'm from Miami, Florida. I was born and raised here. I grew up in the Miami Shores, North Miami area, and yeah, it started from when I was about 6. I really loved just being within the arts, loved creating, loved expressing myself. I remember when I was like 3, we had like a career day and they asked us what we wanted to be, and I came up with like this little thing I was gonna do where I became like a model, and I had like a gown. My mom bought me a gown and I told them I wanted to be a model. I think I was like 4. So it I think it started from there, but when I was like 6, I really just knew that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to be a star.
So it's like a childhood dream, then?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, so when did your dream start becoming a reality? What days did it really start hitting that this is you now?
It started to really hit when I started going on school performances. One of the performances I remember doing was at the Jackie Gleason Theater with my school, and we performed in front of a very, very big audience. And it was like, yeah, I could do this. Everybody was happy and they were clapping, and it was just a moment I would never forget.
Okay, you said, oh, how old were you at that time?
At that time, I think I was 7,
Okay.
7, 8, yeah.
So when did inspiration for music come? So you were young, but what made you want to do music?
Oh, I grew up watching people like Missy Elliott, Michael Jackson, TLC, Beyonce, the Destiny's Child, when they were all together. A lot of those people influenced me when I would watch them on TV singing and dancing and being who they were and loving what they were doing. I said to myself, why can't I do that? I hope to do that one day.
All right, now, speaking of your childhood, I know when I was a kid, being Haitian was kind of like a thing. Like, it was kind of like I wasn't Haitian for like the first 21 years of my life.
Oh, man.
I was either from New York or I was Jamaican. So did you experience anything like that with your childhood when it came to being Haitian?
In my school, I'd say like elementary school, it was at the time predominantly white and Hispanic. There were Haitians and there were like different cultures there as well, but I've always claimed that I was Haitian. I think around that time is when the turmoil between being Haitian and other cultures was starting to die down. And for me growing up, being Haitian was cool. You know, it was awesome. We had things like griot and diukole. We had one of the best food in the culture, in the Caribbean culture, and we could speak another language that nobody could understand. So being Haitian was always a prideful thing for me.
See, I think there's between New York and Florida. Like I realized Florida, like Haitian is like more prideful. In New York it was a whole lot different. In New York it was like you get beat up for being Haitian.
You get beat up. Yeah, they would get beat up here too. My mom fought a couple of people off, and so did my uncles when they were in high school.
Were your parents strict?
My parents were very, very strict with me, at least growing up. I have 2 younger siblings, but I was the test child.
Describe the strictness. What do you mean by being strict?
I was so sheltered, man. They wouldn't let me go nowhere. Like, it was just like, can I go up to my friend's house? No. The only friend that they did let me go to was like a friend down the block, and they were cool with my parents. Their parents knew my parents, and there was open communication. But anybody else that I like met from school, if I wanted to do something that wasn't involved with school or church or directly related in the family, it was like, no, you can't go to that person's house. No, you can't go on this trip. They could come over here though.
Right.
Yeah.
Going over there. Tell us a little bit about you as far as outside of the music. Give us a little bit about your personality. What do you like to do? What do you don't like to do? Tell us about you.
When outside of music and everything, I like to just, exercise. I meditate. Sometimes I'll be writing in my journal, or I'll be in the metaverse, just hanging out on my VR.
You
Yeah,
have an Oculus?
I have an Oculus. Yeah.
Yeah. So tell me, what's the best thing for you about VR? Tell me. Break it down.
The best thing for me is to just go into another world. I could just hop from world to world and experience different things. One of the things that I did, I'd say a couple months ago, I went to 2 Chainz Trap Museum, and I was supposed to go in real life, but something ended up happening and we weren't able to go. I think I was about to miss my flight. So I went in the metaverse, and it was lit. They had music playing. There were things you could pick up and play with and interact with. Then I hopped out of that world and jumped into another world. I think I was somewhere near, I forgot what part of Atlanta I was in the metaverse, but I got shot at. It was different. It was like, yo, not here. Come on, guys. Like, let's get it together, please.
Well, I didn't know many the baddies go metaverse hopping. I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah.
Say, well, you got shot. How you got shot at in the metaverse?
Bro, I literally spawned to another spot after the trap museum. And I was like, okay, I'm still in Atlanta. I saw Fulton County jail or whatever. I was like, oh, I'm gonna ignore that. I don't want to go there. And then I went to another spot around the corner from there. And then this guy, he comes up to me playing music, and he's like, boom, 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 boom. I was like, wait, wait, why? This was unwarranted violence. What did I do? And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just give this a break for a little bit. I didn't know how to feel about it. I really didn't. So I went somewhere else and played some games. But yeah, that's what I do mainly in my free time, where I'll like draw in there. You can draw in there, you can paint. So
Now,
yeah.
I've been telling people that metaverse is about to replace reality, where it's like places that you want to go is going to be mad expensive to go, so it'll actually be cheaper for you to go through the metaverse. But like, can you see yourself going to more places? Like how you say you just went to the 2 Chainz Museum. Can you see yourself like going to other places just in your living room?
I can definitely see myself going other places. I love like exploring and seeing different things or learning about different things. So I could definitely see myself maybe visiting like a Comic-Con in Japan in the metaverse or something, or going to a concert and something lit, It's definitely becoming a different type of world out here. So the metaverse is definitely a go-to for some that know about it. Definitely for me. And there's a lot of stuff going on with these artists. Have you noticed that people have been throwing things at people performing? So don't be surprised if you'll see more metaverse concerts. Yeah.
You know what? I just put it together too. Bitcoin Fairy. Haha, metaverse. Right?
Yeah.
So, speaking of that, right now we're going to bring it full circle. Where did the name Bitcoin Fairy come from? Very unique.
It's honestly, it's so simple. Like, I started helping people in like late 2016, 17 understand cryptocurrency and blockchain technology, and people were interested because people were making money. People were becoming millionaires off of Bitcoin.
Were you one of them? Did you make millions off of Bitcoin?
I didn't make millions. I wish I did. At that time, it was pretty early/late in the game, and it had already mooned at some point. And I had sold Yeah, I sold early, and I had invested in a couple of other ones, and then later on I had sold again. So, but I did make a substantial amount of money. I made enough money to like help get myself through school at that time. I paid some bills for my family, but that money's long gone. Unfortunately, I wish I held. I wish I held. Hence the song that came out in like 2019. It's called Hold Gang. I dropped that to help some of my cryptos moon, and that was it.
Speaking of songs, the last song that I heard primarily was Running.
Mm-hmm.
You have any new songs coming in the clip?
New songs I have is a song completely left from what I've usually done. It's called Dickathon. So that one is one of the ones where it's just out there. It's a shock factor for me and for my brand because I usually don't do music like that. But I posted it online and got a really big response from it. Probably one of the biggest responses that I've got on a project.
All right, so it's not in your normal alley. What made you decide to go this route for this one?
I had to make something shake.
Okay.
I had to shake the city a little extra this time. Like,
Okay,
don't forget Bitcoin Fairy. I'm out here.
A little bit.
Yeah.
I dig it. All right, so now, as far as your music go, take me through your creative process a little bit. How do you come up with the music that you make? What's your creative process?
So for me, when I'm coming up with like a song or something, I gotta be like in the zone. It doesn't have to be necessarily quiet, but I have to be in a comfortable space where I can feel like I can just, just listen. And I need a little bit of time with the beat, listen to like the different rhythms or the different drum patterns or the melodies, and something will just come to me. Yeah.
All right, well, now we're trying to get like a little bit off the music, try and get to some other stuff. What do you like to eat? What are your favorite foods?
I love me some Haitian food. Funny enough, I don't eat griot. I don't eat griot. But listen, I eat tasso, which is the next best thing. I eat tasso. I like the pickles. I love my dieu and my sauce pois, my poisson, and I know how to cook too. I cook at all my sleepover parties. My specialty, my personal favorite, I can never go wrong with, and I had to like give to somebody, I would say my barbecue chicken and my mixed yellow rice. Charmer's mom taught me how to make corn souffle, so I'll make a mean corn souffle with some macaroni. It's soul food, comfort food. It'll put you down somewhere. You never had corn souffle? I make a mean corn souffle. He's like, you never had? You're like, yeah.
Okay. So, what about drink? Are you an alcohol drinker? You like to drink? What's your favorite drink?
I recently just started drinking probably like 2 years ago. So, yeah, very light. My maximum kind of changed. I'm at a 3-drink maximum now. It used to be 2. Now I can do 3 and just vibe and be like, okay, that's it for me for the night. I'm out for the count. But Trump had put me on this drink called Scarface, like a Tony Montana. It's like a mixture of different flavors. It tastes like a green Jolly Rancher. It's so good. Yeah.
Now, do you see yourself as a role model?
Do I see myself as a role model?
Like when you're making music and putting yourself out there, do you see yourself as a role model? Do you take that into consideration?
I aspire to be a role model because I have 2 younger siblings. I have two little sisters, and they do look up to me. So anything I do, I think about them, think about my family, my younger cousins, because they look up to me. I met up with them recently, and she's at, I think, FSU. She's like 18, 19 now. And when she saw me, because I haven't seen her in like 2 years because I've been doing music and doing all of this and stuff, she started crying. She's like, I just want to tell you, you know, that I've been watching you and I'm so proud of you and I look up to you. And I'm like, whoa, like, we're like, no one's ever like really told me that outside of like, you know, just like my immediate circle of people that I work with. But to hear it from somebody who I held in my hands tell me that, it's different. Yeah.
It's a special moment.
It's very special.
So, in that same vein, then, what advice would you give to any young girl trying to come up in the industry, or just trying to make it in general?
Something that I would tell the young girlies on trying to make it is be consistent. Don't stop. Even if it hurts, even if you cry, even if you fall, don't stop. Just keep going. And don't let anybody stifle your dreams. Don't let anybody tell you that you can't, because you can. If you can think it, you can achieve it. And if you have the willpower to do so, then do it.
All right, well, in that same vein as well, what's the craziest thing that you've been in the music industry? The music industry can be like a wild place.
It's a wild, wild
Those
west.
Crazy stories,
Craziest stories?
Weirdest,
Weirdest,
stands out.
craziest stands out? That's a great question.
Maybe extremely fun, just one of those moments that like stand out from the culture.
I'm not gonna say any names, but I got to be in a studio with a very prominent artist who's doing it out here. Yeah, she's pretty dope. So got to work with her and hang out with her for a little while. She's invited me a couple of places, and it was just like, oh, okay, this what's gonna feel like? Okay. And it was just like a different moment for me. Yeah, it gave me like a taste of what's to come in the future.
Was this for your reality show?
No, this was just off of just working with her. Like, we were in the studio and we were shooting her, and she wanted some content and things like that. So we were there. She asked me to be a model in her music video, and I agreed, and it was awesome. It was fun.
Right, now you said shooting, so I assume you're part of like some type of media production. You told me that you're doing a reality show.
Yes.
Right now, what's the basis of the reality show?
So the reality show is called The Come Up Party. It's about several upcoming artists, producers, DJs, influencers, just a flux of everybody who's in the city that's out here working towards something and trying to be somebody. And we're all working together on the come up, hence the name. And it shows our struggles, the drama, you know, our accomplishments, and everything in between of that just happening in life. And out of South Florida, like really just focused and honed in on this spot down here, because I feel like there isn't a lot of exposure for the artists who are on the ground. There's a lot of people doing a lot of stuff behind the scenes that we typically don't see. So we just wanted to highlight those individuals and show them what's going on, show the world what's going on.
Now you said, tying this with you talking about you wanted to act. I'm assuming you're enjoying this reality experience. Now, let me ask you a little behind the scenes. I don't know if you can even tell me. How much of it is real? What goes on? Are they just giving you guys alcohol and just sending you guys loose on the streets? Like, what is going on behind the scenes?
Well, I'm one of the producers and the writers of the show, so we pretty much have a lot of control of what goes on and down, and some of it we don't. Some of it is out of our control. But being on both like the cast and the production side, it does get a little blurred. There are some blurred lines and some things that we've learned, especially since it's my first time doing a reality show. It's a big learning curve. We learn a lot. And as far as like how much of it is like acting, I would say 30-40% of it is acting. The rest of it is real. And if it's not real, it becomes real. It's like the weirdest thing. Like we'll sit there and write a scene that's like how it's supposed to happen to give us like more organization, and end up being real. And it's like, oh, okay, well, this is our reality now. It's crazy. Yeah. That's why people say if you want to accomplish something, a goal, write it down and you'll see it happen into fruition because you're working towards it. And the fact that we write it down and we work towards it, it becomes a reality. So manifestation is real.
And when can the people expect this reality show?
The reality show can be expected to air around September. Mm-hmm.
Okay. I think we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. Go ahead and tell the people where they can find you and what is in store next for Bitcoin.
All right, you guys, you can, y'all can follow me on all platforms. That's at the Bitcoin Fairy. That's THEBIT Coin Fairy. And y'all just be on the lookout. You may see me on a screen near you.